Good afternoon and welcome to today's session of Imagine America Radio. This is our continuing Career College Exposition webinar series. My name is Lee Doubleday and I'm with the Imagine America Foundation. I'm excited about today's topic, Exploring Career-Based Education and Careers, sponsored by Tulsa Welding School. Tulsa Welding School has 3 locations. There's one in Tulsa, Oklahoma, one in Houston, Texas, and one in Jacksonville, Florida. Tulsa Welding School is also a 20-year sponsor of the Imagine America Scholarship and Award programs, having provided admissions-based financial aid to more than 5,000 Imagine America students. If you'd like more information about our scholarship program and how your students can apply for a scholarship to attend the school that we're talking about today, please visit our website, which is imagine-america.org. We will also be sending you a link to our scholarship page, as well as a PDF flyer on how to apply for our scholarship so that you can pass that out to your students with a QR code on it after this call. Since our beginning in 1999, Imagine America remains a leading sponsor of scholarship aid to enrolling high school students. However, our country faces a serious shortage in certified technicians. We hear from employers in virtually all sections of the country desperately looking for qualified employees, so we need to do more. Our partner in today's presentation again is Tulsa Welding School. And joining us today to discuss in detail the looming technician shortage and how Tulsa Welding School is helping meet this need is Tony Dews. Tony is the National Director of High School Admissions at Tulsa Welding School and has been working with high schools and higher education for over 25 years now. So you're in great hands today. But before turning the program over to Tony, let me outline today's agenda. Today's session of Imagine America Radio will be 30 minutes maximum, with question and answers at the end of this presentation. All participants are encouraged to submit questions while the presentation is in session via the Q&A or the chat feature in this Zoom meeting. At the end of the presentation, we will then present any questions offered by the participants and address as many as possible and provide written responses and follow-up emails if necessary. We will have a hard close at 2:30 to be respectful of your time. So without taking any more time out of today's presentation, let me turn today's session over to Tony. Tony, the floor is yours.
I appreciate it, Lee. Afternoon, everybody. As he said, my name is Tony Dews. I'm the National Director of High School Admissions. And today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about our school, just some hands-on technologies and show you how we can help your students who may be interested in a hands-on career. Why technical education makes sense. What Gen Z students are saying about us are saying. 61% said skill-based education makes sense for today's world. 50% of Gen Z students are opening to something other than a 4-year path. 50% are concerned about graduating with debt, and 45% of Gen Z agree that an education they can complete in a shorter period of time, 2 years or less, is preferred so they can start their careers and earning an income sooner. So we're seeing a shift in a lot of ways where a lot of kids are just looking at the hands-on aspect careers. A little bit about our school. We are accredited by the Commissions of Career Schools and Colleges. We are licensed by the Texas Workforce Commission. We are a member of the American Welding Society and the Better Business Bureau. We need skilled trades. These are projected numbers, by 2030. Welders over 452,000, electricians we're going to need over 795,000, HVAC refrigeration techs over 399,000. We're estimated over 1.6 million people will be needed in these trades combined nationally by 2030. We're seeing a huge shortage now. We need welders, electricians, HVAC, plumbers, everything right now. In our industry, the average age of a welder is 56 years old. They're retiring faster than we can replace them, and we really do need good young men and women into the trades, and to let them know that that's not a bad thing, working with your hands. I think that's some of the stigmatism that we face today. Women in skilled trades, we are seeing a huge influx of women coming into the trades every year. We're in high schools and we're seeing more and more women welders. It's actually a proven fact that women are better than men in this trade. They have a steadier hand. Let's watch this video.
I was just working like a dead-end job, really.
Finally, I was like, I can't do it anymore. And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to go be a welder.
I've never felt independence like this before.
That first paycheck was like, whew, what do I do with all this?
It's been such a blessing in my life.
I'm very competitive. I want to beat the boys. I can assure you, you can do it.
If I can do it, you can do it too.
I'm a single mother, and I can do it. I know they can do it because women before me have done it.
So it's just not a man's trade anymore. We're seeing more and more women get involved in the industry. Kaylee there, she was here when I was actually an instructor here at the campus. She's done amazing things. Her husband is in welding too, and it's just impressive on how far her career has gone from being here as a beginner, not knowing anything about welding, to where she is now. So Tulsa Welding School's career training program, our welding course is 7 months long. They go to school 5 days a week, 5 hours a day, Monday through Friday. 4 of the 5 days, they're actually welding. They come in, they put their stuff down, and they weld. 1 day a week, they are in the classroom, and they're going to learn blueprints, pipe takeoffs, how to set up machine, how to tear down a machine. Everything is welding related. We don't teach math, science, or history. We're also going to teach them MIG, stick, TIG, stick, flux core, trained to cover a wide variety of welding techniques and positions. We are primarily a pipe welding school. That's what they're going to spend most of their focus on, is welding 6-inch and 2-inch pipe. And when it comes to TIG, they'll be welding stainless TIG also. Our electromechanical technology is a 9-month course. It's heating, ventilation, air conditioning, refrigeration, residential and commercial electric wiring, and it also includes solar. Our refrigeration technologies is 7 months. It's going to have the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. And the electrical application is 7 months, which is residential and commercial electrician training. These 3 programs here are also a lot of hands-on. I think it's like 86% hands-on. It's a little bit different than welding, where they're in a classroom lab setting. They'll sit down in a classroom, and for like the first 2 hours, the instructor is going to go over everything. And then the last 3 hours, they're going to get up and actually put what they just learned to use in real life, actually wiring up 3-way lights, whatever, just working on ACs, whatever they learned that day. Again, our welding program is 7 months. The subjects covered, our classes will train students in the fundamentals of welding processes. Students need to know, as a professional welder in the job market, shielded metal arc welding, metal inert gas, which is MIG welding, tungsten inert gas, which is TIG welding, high frequency TIG welding, flux core arc welding, structural welding, pipe welding, aircraft welding, thin alloy welding, and pipeline welding. So they're going to get a wide range of different talents to be able to go out into the workforce. Our EMT and refrigeration is 7 to 9 months, depending on which program they pick. The EMT subjects covered is air conditioning service and repair, refrigeration service and repair, solar technologies, climate control, residential and commercial electrician installation. On completion of this program, students will be prepared for careers in heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration. And a little note there, if they do the refrigeration technology for extra just 2 months, they could be trained on residential commercial wiring, which prepares them for the opportunities in faculties, maintenance, electrician type positions. And again, it's a lot of hands-on. We have mock buildings set up. They're working on state-of-the-art air conditioners. Everything is up to date. Our electrical application, they want to be an electrician. They're going to learn to completely wire a scaled down 3-bedroom home, wire commercial lighting and 3-phase motors, wire a mock commercial building in accordance with applicable code, apply proper methods of grounding and bonding, learn the difference between DC and AC motors, single phase and 3-phase applications. They're going to calculate load requirements for branch and feeders, gain an understanding of the installation of various voice data and video cabling systems, apply all skills according to current National Electrical Code requirements and standards. OcuWeld, this is something that I'm very excited about that we have. We actually decided to, during COVID, to create our own program. You know, our young men and women now are very familiar with Oculus, and we're able to now to, where they're able to train at home now. So the Oculus Quest kit included with each welding gear package, complete access to the OcuWeld training environment, including as part of the curriculum. They don't need Wi-Fi access to use this. Training module includes 19 different modules covering TIG, MIG, stick, flux core, and more, and they can practice their welding skills anywhere. This will not take take away from actual welding. They still are going to go out to the lab the same amount of time and still weld, but this allows them while they're at home, if they're stuck, have a little issue with a weld, they can practice it. It gives instructions why they're doing it, and they can do it at any time. And if they're a little bit ahead, they can go on ahead and practice and start learning some of the new stuff before they're actually out there doing it.
Tech Education Group is the parent company for Tulsa Welding School, which is the largest accredited welding school in the country, and Refrigeration School Inc., RSI Inc., which is the largest accredited HVAC school in the country. So we focus strictly on skilled trades, return on investment, short-term programs, getting students in and out, and making a great salary when they get out. Our vision at Stratitech is to be the leader of integrating technology into skilled trades education. When COVID first happened, we weren't doing anything off-site with skilled trades. We'd always said, hey, look, skilled trades, you got to be able to do it. However, there's a lot of practice that happens, and we started thinking, all right, what can we do? How can we do this? OcuWeld was the brainchild of my welders, and we were looking at how can we do this off-site, so they combine using the Oculus with welding software.
So OcuWeld is a virtual reality welding simulator that is designed from the ground up by welders for welders. And OcuWeld uses the Oculus Quest 2 virtual reality device. It's a consumer device, it's broadly available. OcuWeld has 19 lessons of content currently, and we plan to add more. And what we're really proud about is the fact that OcuWeld is the first really truly consumer available virtual reality simulator. So what OcuWeld is going to do for our students is not only change the game in terms of the way that we educate them, but change the way that they think about a career in the skilled trades.
You know, the beauty of OcuWeld is you do not need to have Wi-Fi to access this. Maybe if you don't have internet at home, or maybe you're traveling, you don't have any internet connection, you can still practice welding. You know, when you put this headset on, everything is three-dimensional. It's all 3D. When you get into this simulator, you feel like you're in a welding lab. Whenever you're learning a skilled trade or a hands-on trade, it takes muscle memory, it takes practice, and more practice, right? Now, with OcuWeld, they're gonna be able to go home and really just enhance that autonomy and really just make that learning curve so much quicker. Hi, my name is Alex DeClaire. I'm the Director of Training for Stratitech Education Group and also one of the designers of OcuWeld. This was made for welders, by welders, and I can't wait to get in the hands of welders nationwide.
We're very, very excited about OcuWeld. We really think that's going to enhance our students' experience here, and especially this generation of student, really, like you said, up their learning curve and help them out a lot faster. We also do a thing called Top Welder. We are in our season 3. We do an ultimate welding competition. 4 teams will go head to head, but only one will be the victor. It is judged by the legendary bull rider Dale Brisby. And this year was female welding TikTok influencers and welding instructors from Tulsa Welding School and RSI into a welding competition. Go on YouTube, have your students go on YouTube. It's pretty funny to watch. It's a lot of good information, good competition. Watch all 3 Top Welder episodes of 4 popular female welding influencers team up with 4 welding instructors to make the TWS Top Welding history, competing for a grand prize of a full tuition scholarship to Tulsa Welding School. Why TWS? We have an 89% employment rate. We're actually at 90% right now. We're doing a training partnership with Amazon. Amazon has a program for all their employees that they will pay for some type of training, hands-on training. A lot of their employees wanted welding or HVAC, so we partnered with them and trained a lot of their employees at all 3 campuses. There is no unrelated courses. We know that if it's a hands-on student, that's what they want to do, right? Hands-on. So we do not teach math, science, or history. We're here just to learn whatever career field that they choose. It's a shorter length of curriculum, anywhere from 7 to 10 months, so they enter the workforce a lot sooner. Private schools can teach industry innovations immediately. We have meetings twice a year with industry leaders that tell us the way the industry is moving, and we're able to make changes to make sure that our students stay up to date with what's going on in the real world, so they are job ready as soon as they graduate our program. We have career assistance during school and after graduation. This is a great benefit to graduating our program. Its career assistance will help them find a job for the rest of their life for free, no matter where they're at. They can call the school, tell them what part of the country they're at. The school tell them what jobs they know that are available, and able to update the resume, fax it there for them, and help them through that process. We will also help them find part-time jobs while they're going to school. These won't be welding jobs. They're going to be, Lowe's, Home Depot, things like that. So that way they're able to work while they go to school if they need to. Our student body consists of students with related interests. Here at the welding campus in Jacksonville, everybody down here is a welder. The campus that's up the street a half mile is nothing but HVAC and electricians. So they're only going to be talking to students that have the same interest as them to bounce ideas and things off. And it's practical hands-on training. Students will learn by doing. All programs are hands-on to give students the best real-world training opportunities. As I said, they actually, even though with the Oculus system is a great system, that's only a tool. They still have to go out there and do it. And so 85 to 87% of all our programs are hands-on. And then the greatest benefit that I think is actually a priceless benefit is tuition-free graduate retraining. What this is, if a student graduates our program, for the rest of their life, they can come back to school and brush up and practice for free. It'll never cost them a dime at any one of our campuses. So especially with our younger generation, we know that, they're 18, 19 years old. We don't know what life has in store for them. So they'll start welding, and then another door opens up and they may go down that door. But if they ever wanted to come back to welding, they come right back to the school, give the front desk their name, they verify they went to school here, and they go right back out and start welding. And they still got access to the instructors, and it never costs. They use our metal, our rods. It doesn't cost anything for them to do that. And my son actually went to school here when he graduated high school, and he graduated on Friday. On Monday morning, he was in Orlando working for a company and was making more money than a 19-year-old should. He did that for about 2.5 years, and then decided he wanted to be a Marine. And then that's what he's doing right now. He's a Marine. If he ever decides to get out of the Marine Corps, he can always come back to school, brush up, practice, and go right back into welding if that's what he wants to do. So that is a great benefit to have. That's a lifetime benefit. Point Info, we are, that's our FAFSA code. We are fully accredited by the Department of Education. We do have financial aid for those who qualify. We do have scholarships. Imagine America is one of them, several scholarships available to students, so we can help them make this as affordable as possible when they come to school. We do have an open house this week on Wednesday from 3 to 7, and then our big time that we can have a bunch of people here on April 9th, Saturday from 9 to 1. Tools for you. We do field trips. We will pay for the buses if you want to have your kids come here for a field trip and set up a tour, talk with instructors, talk with teachers, demos, that whole thing. We really like to do presentations for your class. We like to get in front of your class and talk to them and do a presentation. Our presentation is for everybody. It doesn't matter what career, if they're going to a 4-year school or they're going to another type of technical school. It really talks about just life after high school, starting to get them thinking. There's a budget in there that gets them start thinking about money. what they have to, rent and electricity and gas and all that good stuff. So it's really good for everybody. And we also do senior assemblies where we can have your seniors and just talk to the whole senior class at one time and get questions and really just help them again, start thinking about their future. What are they going to do when they graduate? Because we all want them to do something. Just to give you a little bit more background, like I said, we are hands-on. A big question that I get all the time is the difference between us and a community college. The biggest difference is our kids are here 5 hours a day, but they can weld 15 hours a day. So we allow our kids to burn as much metal and use as many rods as possible. Welding can be taught to anybody. When I was an instructor here, there's not one person that I can't teach how to weld. It is a learned skill, but it takes, them being here every day. We prefer that a student doesn't have welding experience, and the reason why is because they have no bad habits. So as long as they're a hands-on student and they're willing to work, this can be an option for them. Now, if you do have a welding program or like dual enrolled working with a community college, we love those, and we love that the student has already got the basics down. So we allow them to test out of our beginner phases, and what that'll do for them is lower the time that they're here and lower their tuition. So we really have it set up for either way, and we can help either type of student. One that's already got the basics down, that way they don't get bored. Striking an arc, they already know how to do that, so we'll move them on and start challenging them early. Or someone that just never thought about welding but is hands-on, and this may be an option for them, something they may not even thought about, but they like to work with their hands, they like to build things. This could be a very viable option for them. And of course, with the HVAC and the electrical, it works in that same manner also. As long as they're hands-on, they have a good work ethic, they show up to school every day, we can teach them and get them a career, get them in and out of here fast, and hopefully be very successful very quickly. Are there any questions?
All right, thank you, Tony. We are now going to open this up for the Q&A portion of our presentation. I'm also going to throw up a poll question. If you would like somebody to contact you about different ways that Tulsa Welding School might be able to talk to your students, whether that be an in-class presentation or a field trip or a school assembly on the careers and skilled trades, please indicate so on the poll so we know to reach out to after this is over. Tony, first question that I had that came in has to do with the Oculus. Now, this is the virtual reality welding program. Can you tell us, do all of your students receive an Oculus as part of their admissions package? Is that how it works?
Yes. Each student will get their own independent Oculus system.
Okay, and does that have the course curriculum and everything already kind of programmed on it so the students can grab it and start working on the virtual reality welding right away?
Correct. They'll get it while they're in class getting all their tools, and then they'll have I think it's about a hour class on just how to use it, how to set up, how to get to that program. And then they're off and running.
Wow, welding in the metaverse. Pretty cool. All right, great. And second question has to do with the FAFSA. Now, students can fill out the FAFSA in order to attend this institution. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And who are you accredited through again? I'm sorry.
ACCSC.
All right. That is the Accrediting Commission of Career Schools and Colleges.
Correct.
All right. And the second, this other question has to do with housing. Let's say I'm a student, I'm not necessarily near Jacksonville, or I'm a counselor listening to this presentation and I'm in Alabama or Mississippi or Georgia. And if I have students that might be interested in coming to a premier welding school like Tulsa Welding School, but the closest campus is in Jacksonville, do you assist students with housing?
Yeah, so we don't have on-campus housing like a traditional college would. What we do is we use a company called EduRent. It's a free service that we offer. They have about 30 different options for high school students to help them find a place to live while they're going to school here, and of course, roommates. We really recommend that a student gets a roommate while they're here. It just lowers the cost. And that's why Career Services helps them assist them with a part-time job also. is because we understand that, most of our kids do have to work and go to school at the same time. So, we try to make it as effortless and easy as possible. Edument is a very good company. Like I said, where they can come in. One of the options called shared housing, where everything's included. Their rent, power, electricity, the whole nine. It's fully furnished. It's kind of like college living. They will have a roommate, but they're able to come to school and get to work, and it's pretty affordable.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. All right, Tony. Well, thank you so much for your presentation today. We are finishing just a little bit early, but I just wanted to reiterate a couple of things before we leave. Number one, we have compiled this and we'll be forwarding you a recording of this presentation likely tomorrow morning. We'll also be placing it on our website. Again, it's www.imagine-america.org. When you leave this meeting, there is a quick exit survey. If you wouldn't mind giving us a little bit of feedback, it really helps us improve upon these presentations in the future. Any feedback you can give to us will be very, very helpful. Before closing, I just want to thank all of you for joining us on today's call. And I'd also like to thank Tony for sharing with us today's presentation and encourage you to contact him directly with any future questions you may have. I will include Tony's contact information on the email that I send out with the recording of this presentation and a flyer on where your students can go to apply for our scholarships in the email that I send to you tomorrow. On behalf of the Imagine America Foundation, Tony and myself, I want to thank you all for joining us, and goodbye.